2023, you and Stevie almost, was this completely independently that you both came out with YouTube channels that had a completely different spin on what was already happening in the wrestling YouTube sphere? Did you actually discuss this with each other, or was it sort of serendipitous?
Completely serendipitous and great word. We had not even been in touch with one another for probably the better part of close to 20 years. I hadn't talked to Stevie in years. He was one of the guys that when I would see some people, his name would always come up. Hey, how's Stevie doing? Just because of our time in WWE together. Stevie was always one of the guys that I just genuinely liked as a human. So the fact that we both started channels, the fact that we both had a very similar rise, it was just happenstance. And when our second video went out, I remember I was on a plane getting ready to go and film with my partner, and I get a call, and if I don't recognize a call, I don't answer. Like most people, and it went to voicemail, and it was Stevie congratulating me. He got my number from Danny, Danny Dory, for of all people. And he was just congratulating me. And since that day, I don't think we've had one day where we haven't at least communicated through text. I wake up every morning, and this will tell you the type of just human being Stevie is. I wake up every morning to a devotional scripture from Stevie every morning because he's a madman and he's up at 2 in the morning doing cardio. And so he beats me awake, and I'm up at 6 with my dogs, but he beats me awake every day. And if I've had good stuff on YouTube, he congratulates me. If I've had trying times, he uplifts me. And as a friend, you can ask for no more.
He sends me pictures of him on the beach, just basically having
Yeah,
a better time than me.
Yeah, I get those too. I get those too. With the the long panoramic shots where you see the horizon that just goes on forever. Is that the picture you
Pretty
get?
much, yeah.
I
And
get
then
it
I
too.
send him one back with me covered in baby sick.
You win then.
Yeah.
He knows I'm an animal lover, and I just did a thing for an animal rescue. He sends me pictures of his cats and everything. So Stevie's just a he's just a good human being.
When it's funny that I say serendipitous in a sense, because I mean, I know you don't know too much about me. I'm sure you know I've done this a while at least, and I'm one of the people who've done it a while. I know other people, wrestlers, your Bischoffs and your Bruce Pritchards and
Yeah.
your Jim Cornettes, especially other people like that. The thing is, with you and Stevie, almost at the same time, you almost dragged, at least in the wrestling sphere, videography kicking and screaming from the 1990s into 2023. Because for whatever reason, wrestling podcasts, wrestling everything, before you came along, weirdly, at least remotely, I had the best setup. Because at least I've got one, decent camera. And then, like, you and Stevie at the same time just completely blew that all away. When you were approached to start a YouTube channel, was this your call to essentially make it, to sort of bring it up to date?
Was not. And I give 100% of the credit to my partner. My partner approached me, and our first Zoom call was about an hour and a half long. And I went into this call thinking, okay, this kid's 27. This is going to be a 10-15 minute, just, hey, thank you for showing interest, but I'm busy right now. I've finally got my grips on having a real big boy job. Once you chase wrestling for your entire life, you enter the workforce later in life. So I finally had a good footing on where I was, and I was finally okay with having wrestling in the rear view. I was content with it. And he approached me, and he simply said, I don't want to make wrestling videos. I want to make YouTube videos that just so happen to deal with wrestling. And then he gave me the homework. He gave me other creators to follow and to watch. And he said, if if you watch these videos and you watch a second and a third, tell me why. And when I did that, I knew he was onto something, and I at least knew it was worth taking a chance on. What I did not know, James, and it just still boggles my mind was just how much knowledge I had stored up in here that I was doing nothing with. And my girl hates wrestling. I don't sit and talk to her about, my hey, that there was one time I was in the car with Randy Orton. She could care less about any of that. So it was just useless knowledge that I had up here that he finally gave me an outlet for.
With that being said, right, so we did some fan questions. I sent some out, and unfortunately, my printer ran out of color ink, and all the names.
I thought you were going to say. Unfortunately, you had no fans.
Well, you have plenty of fans, and damn it, 501,000 subscribers. I'll kindly say I'm jealous. Covet, Doge. Let me tell you.
I'm jealous of those 4 plaques you got up on your wall behind.
Yeah, you can only see 2.5 on my screen at the moment. So just know that there's 4, everybody.
But what the people don't know is before we hit record, he showed me the other 4. He showed me the other 4.
Of course I did. I couldn't, because you've got that one right there. I can't ignore it.
And again, my praise go to you, brother.
Dude, do you think you're ever going to get a gold one?
What is that? That's $1 million.
That's $1 million.
That's $1 million. I think it's possible. My birthday is in another week and a half, and my goal this summer was to get to 500,000 by my birthday. I would think if it happens, I think it'll probably be maybe 2 birthdays from now. I'll be 48 this birthday. I think it's possible maybe by the time I'm 50. That's if we're able to revamp, redo, just change the way we do some things, which we're constantly talking about. I mean, I can only tell certain, so many wrestling stories. I didn't have the longest career, so we're gonna have to revamp and retool a little bit. And if we're successfully able to do that, then I'd say it's possible.